Listen to me. Some of y'all are exhausted and you don't even know why. You think it's because your schedule is too full. You think it's because the job is too stressful. You think it's because life just keeps throwing things at you. But I came to tell you, it's not just the weight of your own life you're carrying, it's the weight of other people's opinions strapped to your back like a suitcase you never asked to carry. You're walking around with baggage that doesn't even have your name on the tag. You let them set up camp in your mind. You've given them space in your head without a lease, without rent, without even an expiration date. They've pitched a tent. They've moved in their furniture. And every morning you wake up and the first voice you hear isn't even God's voice. It's their voice telling you who you are, who you're not, and what you'll never be. And baby, the reason you're so tired is because you've been running a race carrying someone else's expectations on your shoulders. Let me tell you something. You cannot grow when you are busy living on someone else's approval. You can't soar when you've got their chains wrapped around your wings. You can't step into your own promise while you're tiptoeing around the opinions of people who wouldn't even clap for you if you succeeded. And the crazy part, some of them are not even thinking about you as much as you think they are, but you've made their words your wallpaper, their criticism your soundtrack. You've got to learn how to evict those voices. Yes, I said evict them. You've got to serve notice on every negative word, every limiting belief, every toxic opinion that's been squatting in your mind. Tell them, you've been here long enough, but I'm reclaiming this space. This is my mind, my peace, my focus, my joy. Because the truth is, if you let them stay long enough, they'll redecorate the place. They'll change the colors of your dreams. They'll rearrange the furniture of your faith. They'll start making you believe that small is safe and big is dangerous. Some of you have never taken the time to ask yourself, do I even want what I'm chasing? Or am I just chasing it because somebody else said I should? That's what happens when you rent out your head to the wrong tenants. You start building a life you don't even love. You wake up one day realizing you've been climbing a ladder leaning against the wrong wall. You see, God didn't give them the blueprint for your life. He gave it to you. And if they can't see what he showed you, that's not your problem to fix. It's not your responsibility to make your vision palatable for people who can't see beyond the horizon of their own fears. Stop trying to convince people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Stop handing the steering wheel of your life to backseat drivers. The next season of your life requires you to travel light. You can't take every voice with you. You can't pack every opinion in your carry-on. Some of that stuff needs to be left at the gate. You need the courage to say, if you can't support me, if you can't believe in me, if you can't see what God is doing in me, then you can't live in my head anymore, because peace is too expensive to let other people spend it for you. The fastest way to lose your joy, listen to me, the fastest way to lose your joy is to start counting somebody else's blessings instead of watering your own garden. The moment you take your eyes off what God has placed in your hands and start staring at what he's put in somebody else's, you set yourself up for frustration. That's why some of you feel like you're running but not getting anywhere, because you're not actually running your race. You're busy checking somebody else's lane, watching their progress, keeping track of their speed, and wondering why your life feels stuck. You've got your own race, you've got your own rhythm, you've got your own assignment. And your pace is not meant to be identical to anybody else's. God didn't make you a carbon copy, he made you an original. He didn't set your clock to their time, he set your clock to your time. So when you start swerving into someone else's lane, you're not only losing traction in your own, you're risking a collision that was never part of your destiny in the first place. We live in a world that keeps trying to make you believe faster is better. They tell you if you don't have it by 25, you're behind. If you don't own it by 30, you're late. If you're not famous by 35, you've missed your window. But baby, Let me tell you something, God is not in a rush, and He doesn't check Instagram to decide if you're on time. Your blessing is not late. Your breakthrough is not lost in the mail. It's moving at the pace heaven has assigned for you. Some of you are beating yourselves up because you think you're behind, but behind compared to who? Behind compared to what? Life is not a race against other people. Life is about becoming who God called you to be at the speed that's right for your soul. You can win in your own lane without ever crossing into someone else's. I need you to hear me. What God has for you is not parked in their driveway. You can't steal it, they can't steal it, and you can't miss it if you stay faithful. But the moment you start trying to take their blessing, you lose sight of the fact that He already has one with your name engraved on it. You keep trying to drive their car, not realizing God has a custom-made vehicle for your journey. You might not be in the same make or model, but baby, yours was built for the terrain you're called to travel. See, when you're too busy peeking at their speedometer, you don't realize that their road might be downhill while yours is uphill right now, and that's okay. Hills build strength that flat roads never will. Just because they're going faster doesn't mean they're going further. Some people are speeding to places they were never supposed to go. Don't envy a ride that ends in a dead end. Stay in your lane. Your lane has your resources, your lessons, your miracles, your preparation. And sometimes God will slow you down, not because you're doing something wrong, but because He's protecting you from what you can't see up ahead. You think it's a delay, but it's actually divine timing. You think it's punishment, but it's really preparation. And let me just drop this in your spirit. There will be people in your lane for a season who suddenly pass you. Don't let that shake you. The fact that they're ahead of you doesn't mean they're better than you. It just means their timing is different. Some of them are in a sprint, but you're in a marathon, and a sprinter who spends all their energy in the first lap won't make it to the finish line. You keep your pace because endurance will carry you where speed never could. So stop obsessing over where they are. Stop asking why they got theirs first. You don't know the weight that came with their blessing. You don't know the battles they're fighting in private. You don't know what they had to give up to get what you think you want. Your garden will grow if you water it. Your seed will bloom if you tend it. Your lane will take you to your promise if you stay in it. Comparison is sneaky. It doesn't come walking up to your front door in broad daylight, ringing the bell saying, "Hello, I'm here to destroy your peace." No, comparison is slick. It's sly. It slips in through the back window when you're not looking. It shows up late at night when you're scrolling through your phone. It slides in between the cracks of your thoughts when you see someone else succeeding in a way you think you should be succeeding. And before you even realize it, it's whispering in your ear, look at them, look at what they have, look at where they are. You're behind, but hear me when I tell you, you are not behind. You are right where you're supposed to be. You are on chapter 4 of your story, and you are comparing it to somebody else's chapter 10. No wonder you feel inadequate. You're measuring your journey against a destination you haven't reached yet. You're looking at the finished picture on someone else's puzzle box while you're still finding your corner pieces. See, what comparison doesn't tell you is the whole story. It will show you their highlight reel, but never their blooper reel. It will let you see the polished product, but hide the late nights, the tears, the prayers, the failures, the moments they almost quit. And the danger is you start thinking they have it easier, they have it better, they have something you'll never have. You forget that every blessing comes with a battle, and every victory is the result of a fight you didn't see. Comparison robs you quietly. It steals your gratitude first. Suddenly, what you used to thank God for feels too small. You used to wake up grateful for the roof over your head, but now you're scrolling past someone else's dream house thinking yours isn't enough. You used to be proud of your progress. But now you're busy counting how far someone else has gone and calling yourself slow. And then once it's stolen your gratitude, comparison goes after your identity. It will make you trade your authenticity for imitation. You start dressing like them, talking like them, building like them, hoping that if you can just mirror their moves, you can duplicate their results. But what you don't realize is the moment you stop being you, you disqualify yourself from what was meant for you. God doesn't anoint copies. He anoints originals. That's why you have to guard your heart against comparison like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Your peace depends on it. Your confidence depends on it. Your focus depends on it. And hear me, the same God that blessed them can bless you, but he's not going to bless you with their blessing. He's going to bless you with what fits your purpose, your calling, your assignment. So stop looking over the fence thinking the grass is greener. The grass is greener where it's watered. You don't know how much fertilizer, how much maintenance, how much attention went into making that lawn look the way it does. Some of y'all are jealous of fake grass and don't even realize it. It looks lush from a distance, but get close enough and you'll see it's plastic. This is your race. This is your journey. God wrote your story in a way that is tailor-made for you. Don't let comparison make you skip pages trying to get to the ending faster, because if you rush the process, you'll miss the preparation. If you jump ahead before you're ready, the blessing will feel like a burden. And trust me, it's better to arrive prepared than to arrive early. You are not late. You are not behind. You're just in a different chapter. Let them run their race. Let them live their story. Let them shine in their season. And when your season comes, it will be beautiful because it will be yours. Focus is currency every time you let gossip, drama, jealousy, or distraction take your attention. You are spending what you should be investing. And let me tell you something, the enemy doesn't always try to destroy you with disaster. Sometimes he just distracts you until you waste your own destiny. If he can't take you out, he'll just keep you looking the wrong way long enough for the opportunity to pass you by. Focus is not just about looking at something. It's about locking in. It's the discipline of deciding what gets your energy and what doesn't. And some of you are bankrupt not because God hasn't blessed you, but because you've been spending your mental and emotional currency on things that don't pay you back. You've been loaning your peace to people who only pay you back in stress. You've been investing your time in conversations that produce nothing but confusion. You've been giving your focus to fights that have nothing to do with your future. You've got to protect your focus like it's the password to your destiny, because in a way, it is. The wrong person with your password can change everything in your account. And the wrong thought, the wrong voice, the wrong distraction can change the direction of your life. You don't hand your bank information to just anybody, so why do you hand your mind to everybody who demands your attention? Focus is precious because it's limited. You can't give your best attention to everything. That's why you feel drained. You're trying to do it all, watch it all, fix it all, be in it all, but you were never called to manage the whole world. You were called to manage your lane, your assignment, your calling. The more you try to focus on everything, the less you focus on anything. I've learned that the enemy doesn't have to destroy your vision. If he can just blur it, he'll send drama to cloud your mind. He'll send people who keep you busy but not productive. He'll send jealousy to make you watch somebody else's life more than you live your own. And little by little, your purpose starts slipping away, not because you didn't have it, but because you didn't protect it. You've got to get to a place where you say, my focus is too expensive for foolishness. My attention is too costly for arguments that don't matter. My energy is too valuable to keep paying rent in conversations that don't move me forward. You've got to know how to hang up the phone, walk away from the table, and block out the noise so you can hear what God is saying. And let me tell you this, focus will feel lonely sometimes. When you're serious about where you're going, you won't be able to say yes to every invitation. You won't have time to respond to every rumor. You won't be able to be at every event. People will think you've changed, and you have, because when you know your purpose, you stop living for applause and start living for assignment. The truth is, you can't reach a big dream with a scattered mind. You can't build a strong future with a distracted spirit. You can't walk into your next season while you're still tied up in the distractions of your last one. You've got to make a decision. Either you protect your focus or you pay the price for losing it. And trust me, the price is far greater than you think. You keep asking, what's my calling? What's my purpose? Why am I here? You've prayed about it, cried about it, even fasted about it. But let me help you today. You are the assignment. Yes, your growth, your healing, your transformation, that's the mission right now. God's biggest project in your life is not what you do, it's who you become. Because the better you become, the better you bless the world around you. See, we live in a world where everybody wants to do something big. We want to build something big, own something big, be known for something big. But the truth is, what you build on the outside will only last if the foundation on the inside is strong. You can't build skyscraper dreams on a shack foundation. You can't pour into others when you're running on empty yourself. God is saying, before I send you to fix it out there, I need to fix it in here. We love to focus on the assignment out there, the career, the business, the ministry, the platform. But you can have the platform and still not have peace. You can have the title and still not have healing. You can have the followers and still not have fulfillment, because the real work is not just in what you achieve, it's in what you become in the process. God will often slow you down, not because he's denying you, but because he's developing you. He knows that if he gave you the blessing too soon, it would crush you. The weight of the promise requires the strength of the process. And that process often looks like God holding up a mirror and saying, we need to deal with this. We need to heal that. We need to break this habit. We need to uproot this lie. You keep thinking you're waiting on God, but many times God is waiting on you to grow into the person who can handle what you've been praying for, waiting on you to get the discipline, the character, the maturity to carry the weight of what's coming. Because a blessing in the wrong season can feel like a burden. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is work on yourself, heal that bitterness so it doesn't bleed into the next relationship. Strengthen your faith so you don't collapse in the next storm. Build your wisdom so you can steward the opportunities when they come. We think purpose is about doing, but purpose starts with being. Who you are becoming will always be more important than what you are producing. And let me tell you something, the better you get, the better everything connected to you gets. When you heal, your family feels it. When you grow, your relationships shift. When you walk in confidence and clarity, your decisions change. Your growth is not selfish, it's service. Because the healthier you are, the more you can give without resentment, the more you can love without fear, the more you can lead without ego. That's why the enemy keeps trying to keep you distracted from yourself. He'd rather you be busy fixing everybody else while ignoring your own broken places. He'd rather you preach it, post it, and promote it, but never live it. But God is saying, I'm after the real you. I'm after the parts nobody sees. I'm after the places you keep hidden under the titles and the smiles. So maybe the assignment right now isn't to start the company, write the book, or launch the ministry. Maybe the assignment is to become the version of you that can carry all of that without losing yourself in the process. Maybe the assignment is to finally believe you're worthy. Maybe it's to forgive so you can be free. Maybe it's to break patterns so your children don't inherit your chains. Because when you become whole, when you become healed, when you become strong in the secret places, everything you touch changes. You are the assignment, and when you say yes to that, you say yes to everything God has for you. You keep asking, what's my purpose? What's my calling? Let me tell you, you are the assignment. Your growth, your healing, your transformation. That's the mission right now. God's biggest work in your life is not what you do. It's who you become. Before he gives you the blessing, he's building the character to carry it. This is your season to heal wounds, break cycles, and grow strong in the secret place. Because the healthier you are, the greater your impact. The better you become, the better you bless the world.